So this first strategy I'm going to give you is 5 steps to de-stress. And we're going to talk about them step by step. These are things that you can do. Some of them you may not be able exactly to do, like if you're sitting in a movie theater or whatever, but it's stuff that you can take elements of, or if you're sitting alone or you can step away, you could probably do all 5 of these. So let's say you're starting to feel panicky or anxious, and we all have those feelings. Think about right now where in your body you feel anxiety. I can tell you, for me, it feels like chest tightening. For other people, it might feel like shortness of breath, or they might feel like foggy brain, or they might feel shaky. For some people, anxiety looks like anger. They start lashing out at people, and it's because they're actually really afraid on the inside. And so that causes them to snap at somebody. So first thing you do, and this is the hardest part, is realizing what's going on at the time. Too often we're so in our own mind, we're so wrapped up in the thing that's making us feel anxious that we can't step out of it and zoom out and go, I'm feeling really anxious right now. That's the hardest part. If you can do that and recognize that you're feeling anxious, that you're feeling overwhelmed, huge, huge hurdle that you just jumped. So first step is stop. That's the first step in your 5 steps. Stop, which means whatever is happening, wherever you are, whatever's causing it, especially if it's situational, you need to stop. That could look like walking away. That could look like just, again, like I said, in your mind, zooming out and going, whoa, I'm feeling some kind of way right now. First thing is to stop. Take a break if you need to. Say, I'm going to go catch some air, or I need to go to the restroom. You know, if you're in a public place, people will leave you alone. You need to stop. One. The second step is to sigh. So sighing is actually breathing. It's exhaling. And when we start to put more emphasis on our exhales, when we make our exhales longer than our inhales, now we are sending a message to our brain that we're safe. So that's the first physiological thing that you can do to start to calm your body down. You're feeling these anxious things, it's manifesting in your body. Well, we need to get you back in your driver's seat for your brain. Stop and then sigh. So you're going to stop, and then you're going to, it's essentially taking a breath. Can you think of how many times could I have used in a moment, just one breath? If I had put a breath between my feelings, the stimulus, whatever it is that's triggering me, whatever it is somebody said that I didn't like, if I put a breath in the middle of that and then chose to respond to it, can you imagine how many things would have gone better for you, for me, for any of us if we had done that? Whoa. So first you stop. Second, you sigh. Third, now this is particularly if you're feeling a little bit worked up, if you're feeling anxious. Stretch. So maybe when you're stepping away from the moment, you sigh, then you do some stretching. You guys know some stretches because I've shown them to you, but some really good ones. And I would recommend, if you're able to, actually standing up to stretch if you're feeling worked up. And I like to just like spread my legs out wide, maybe take up a lot of space, sweeping the arms. Maybe doing the other side. Maybe spreading the legs out wide, folding and grabbing your elbows and just hanging out there. These are all really good stretches. You could even just grab a leg. Sometimes our anxieties, our stress is pent up energy. We need to give our energy someplace to go. You could also, if you're not able to get up and walk or stretch or stand, do some shoulder stretches. Just grabbing your arm, holding it, putting one hand behind, trying to grab it with the other hand. Just, again, doing the thing. We hold a lot of tension in our face. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. Doing some gentle neck rolls will be helpful. So Those are first 3 steps. Stop, sigh, stretch. The next one's the weird one, okay? So this is the one where you may not be able to do this all the places, but there is some emerging research that shows that if you do this, it will help release stress that we hold in our bodies. So stop, sigh, stretch, shake. And I'm going to look ridiculous. I don't care. If it helps, I'm going to do it. So you just shake. I know it seems ridiculous, but you just shake. You could even put on some good music and just like noodle arms, shake your hands around, shake your legs, shake your legs. This is all releasing activities. In our society, we don't have enough opportunities to release. There's 2 things we need to do as humans. We need to soothe, which means we calm ourselves down. We need to feel, loved, and we need to feel comfortable, and we need to release. Releasing is like, why do you think people like to go to sports games? Because they get to yell and jump up and down and be ridiculous. This is why people love to go to clubs, because you get to dance, you get to be loud, you get to be rowdy. People need a release. We feel really good after a release. It's why people feel good after they cry or after you punch something. You punch a wall when you're mad, you needed a release. That's also why when you're stressed out and you try to go calm yourself down, you're like, well, I'm just going to do some mindful laying. Not all the time is that kind of mindfulness what you need. Sometimes you need a release. That's where the shaking comes in, because you got to get rid of the stress somehow. This is also why people say go scream into a pillow. Go, you got to get rid of that energy. So stop, sigh, stretch, shake. And the last one is to smile. Now that one is kind of hokey. I don't like that one as much. I would say if you're like, there's no way you're going to make me smile, I don't even smile for my yearbook picture, then what I would suggest is to sit and just focus on something that makes you feel happy, or a happy memory that you have, someone that makes you feel loved, a pet. So I would replace the smile. You could always smile if you wanted to. There's research that says we trick ourselves into being happier when we smile because our brain can't tell the difference. But if you're really like, I'm not going to smile, then just sit for a moment and think about something that makes you smile. A joke someone told you, a meme, a friend, something that you're looking forward to, a happy memory. That's what I would suggest. So to review the 5 steps: stop. Let me back up. You're feeling anxious, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling worked up. Maybe you're even about to be really mad at somebody. You can do any of these. Stop, sigh, stretch, shake, and smile. And those are your 5 steps to de-stress.